A top Italian Social Democrat, David Sassoli, won a vote on Wednesday to become the new president of the European Parliament. He completes the roster of top EU jobs, and German defense minister has been nominated as European Commission president. For the very latest on this, we can go live to our correspondent Mariam Zaidi. She is live for us in Strasbourg. Great to have you with us, Mariam. Now tell us more about David Sassoli and what his win really means to the European Parliament.
Well, you know, it really took 2 rounds to win an absolute majority, but with 345 votes, a former Italian TV anchorman and long-standing socialist MEP David Maria Sassoli took over the reins of the presidency of the European Parliament, and he'll have a 2.5-year mandate. Now, granted, outside of Italy, well, he's not really all that well known, but he is the man, of course, chosen by the socialist group and indeed the majority of MEPs today. But perhaps the fact that a socialist has now replaced a conservative president, well, changes could now be on the horizon. Coupled with the result, of course, of the May elections, the Parliament is, of course, now more evenly divided between all political groups. So a president who perhaps put social issues front and centre could do well. We don't really know. Now, Sassoli said that he would, of course, use his mandate to fight climate change, create growth and jobs in Europe, and that he wanted Europe to be inclusive and tolerant. And he also may be looking to fight member states on the reform of the asylum procedure, the so-called Dublin rules.
And you mentioned the division between different political groups, and some say the European Parliament is even more fragmented than ever after the May elections. Is this making issues like Brexit, Catalonia and immigration more difficult to deal with?
Well, you know, fragmented possibly not. The better word could be more representative. You know, if we look back at these EU parliamentary elections in May, you know, because of that result, EU leaders were then they were sort of forced to respect the political diversity of this new parliament in their choice for the candidates for these EU top jobs. And it was no longer, you know, a European People's Party free-for-all. If we look at the outgoing presidents across the 3 institutions, where are they from? They're from the European People's Party. And it's also because of the parliamentary elections that coming to a decision on all these candidates took so long. Now, leaders, of course, they had to decide based on political family, on gender, on geography. And, you know, you talk about the issues that the parliament may need to deal with. Could they or could not be made worse on this new parliament? Let's look at Catalonia. Well, you know, just yesterday there was a mass demo of about 4,000 Catalonians outside this parliament in Strasbourg, and they were angry that their 3 elected MEPs can't take up their seats because Spain is blocking them from doing so. And so the European Court of Justice waded in and they upheld that because they said that those MEPs refused to swear allegiance to the state. So that is a condition for them to take up their seats. So whatever that says about the EU or Spain, well, the law is the law, essentially.
All right, thank you very much for bringing us the latest. Mariam Zaidi joining us live from Strasbourg. Appreciate it.